in the very, very longest line. While we were away, Kevin Harvick has continued to lose positions. He's being shown in the 8th position right now. David Gilliland, the 84 car, while we were away at break, took over the 5th position. He got by David Ruderman and Kevin Harvick. And he just ran the fastest lap of the race at a 30.843. That's only less than 0.2 of a second slower than his fastest. Oh, trouble.
David Green's got
something rubbing
from some contact.
Looks like he has some contact. Maybe a right front fender brace has been off the front of that car and is dragging the racetrack.
NASCAR will take a good close look at that. There's Clint Bowyer making his way around Kevin Harvick. Remember, Clint Bowyer right now is being shown in the 13th position. He is 1 lap down, but he is the highest placed car 1 lap down. If the caution were to come out right now, he would be in position for the lucky dog. Here's Kevin Harvick. He's getting ready to lose another spot by Ashton Lewis. 2nd week in a row, Ashton Lewis has had a good run.
Good for him. They've really turned their season around the last couple of weeks. He's a good guy, and they're doing a good job tonight.
Well, Kevin Harvick desperately needs a caution flag. He needs to get in here and work on that car and make some adjustments and see if he can make that car better for the end of the race. We've only got 38 laps to go.
Talking about Ashton Lewis, he started in the 32nd spot today, so great run for them getting up through the pack.
There's J.J. Yaley. We see the damage on the right front hood and fender of that car. He had that from an earlier altercation. It hasn't seemed to slow that car down at all. Gassed only on the last pit stop.
He's got almost a 3-second lead over Mike Wallace in 2nd place.
There's David Gilliland right there, the 84 car. He's being shown in the 5th position. That's Paul Menard, the 11 car right in front of him. He caught a gun. There's Paul Menard right there. The Menard Chevrolet out of the DEI stable. Really impressive run for David Gilliland. He was a high of 2nd. He had some trouble on pit road with his own pit crew. He's fought his way back into the top 5 right now, and he consistently runs very, very, very fast laps. Very comparable to what our leader, J.J. Yaley's running.
And if he's not the fastest car, he's been the 2nd fastest car every lap for the last 6 or 7 laps.
There's Paul Menard. He's currently being shown in the 4th position. He's our leading point getter of the Busch Series regulars, Mark.
Just like he was last week, Phil, at Nashville. He made a comment during that race last week. They came to him over the radio and said, "How you feel?" He goes, "Look, I'm stalking my prey like a mongoose." And everybody looked up and they thought, what the heck is he talking about? And they thought it was pretty strange. And I asked Paul about that just before he took the green flag tonight. And he goes, "Hey, man, that's a line from the Will Ferrell movie, Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby, that none of the rest of us have had a chance to see that yet, but he has." And so he's out there quoting the lines from Will Ferrell. And I bet tonight he said more than once, "I'm stalking my prey like a mongoose."
There's a battle for the 6th position. David Ruderman, the 99 in the Aaron's Dream Machine, moves over. He realized that the 66 of Greg Biffle was a much faster car. Remember, those 2 cars came together early in the race, and David Ruderman went spinning through the infield, so he certainly didn't want to replay of that.
Yeah, and he saw that 66 was faster, so he pulled over to, instead of wasting time trying to hold him up, he went ahead and moved out of the way, and that way he could fall in right behind him and not waste any time for anybody else that could be behind the 66.
The battle again heating up to the 5th spot. There's the 11 of Paul Menard. That's the 4th spot, 11 of Paul Menard. And the 84 of David Gilliland. David's going to be able to move to the inside. Side by side at the start-finish line. Let's see what happens when they get down to turn number 1. David Gilliland on the inside. Paul Menard on the outside.
Got a lap car in the way, but made it 3 wide. That was close, guys.
Good move by David Gilliland. He takes over the 4th position. What a career run for David Gilliland.
Hey, also kudos right there to Paul Menard. He didn't push the issue there. Realized he was on the outside of a 3 wide, backed off a little bit. But that shows a little bit about the determination of David Gilliland. Started this race. He's been up and down the 2nd, back to 10th, come back up. Now he's got a chance to get him a good solid top 5.
32 laps to go here at Kentucky Speedway. We'll see what happens when we get back. Let's take a look at our Just for Men right on target move of the race. Here is the last pit stop. There's J.J. Yaley. Jason Radcliffe made the call. Let's just put fuel only in this car. Clean off the grill a little bit and see if we can beat these guys off pit road. There he goes. You saw the red light for just a moment there. There was NASCAR talked about penalizing him. They did not do that because J.J.'s view was obstructed of the red light. So J.J. Yaley trying to make it 1 for 69, Glenn.
Yeah, there was a couple of reasons that Jason Radcliffe, crew strategy for Yeley decided to do that, guys. Number one, they just put those tires that he had on 10 laps ago. Number two, that right side damage he suffered in that earlier wreck, or contact with Stephen Wallace, they needed to get him out in clean air. So I guess and go one way to do that. But the main reason, they didn't have any more new right sides, because after that contact with Stephen Wallace, they went and put new right sides on. So sometimes good things happen later when bad things happen early.
Great job, Glenn. You know, there's a great battle for second. We talked about David Gillen, his problems on pit road. Now he's looking to the inside of Mike Wallace for the second position. He's already got by the 20 of Denny Hamlin, our Nextel Cup winner from last week at Pocono. David Gillen going for second.
Denny Hamlin's going to make him 3 wide there getting into turn 1. But David's not going to let out. He's very determined tonight.
What would it be like if David Gillen could maybe catch a caution flag or run down J.J. Yeley and win this race? Would it be like a high school pitcher being called up from high school and pitching the 7th game of the World Series or something like that?
It's an unbelievable story, you know, for a lot of reasons. Number one, not just the experience level of David Gillen, but you know, that team. I mean, it's a startup team from this year, between a brand new team running a limited schedule. It would be a huge upset and do a lot for a lot of the smaller teams as far as giving people hope as far as running good in these Busch Series races.
Hank, we all know what it feels like to have a car that's so hooked up that it's so much fun to drive. Is that not a special feeling?
That is a very special feeling, and both J.J. Yeley and David Gillen are feeling that tonight. David's got clean quarter panels and a yellow stripe on the back. It would be awesome to see him get up there and battle with J.J. Yeley for the win.
Remember, David Gillen's best career finish coming in this race was 29th earlier at Texas. This is his 7th career start in the NASCAR Busch Series.
And feel right now he's consistently a couple of tenths, 2 to 2.5 tenths faster than J.J. Yeley. The problem is he's behind almost 5 seconds, and we've only got 22 laps to go.
Yeah, he continues to run the fastest laps on the racetrack. That time again, he was the fastest at a 30.995. J.J. Yeley was about 1/10 of a second slower. This time, they run about the same thing, within 3/100ths of a second. It's going to take some serious traffic for J.J. Yeley or a slip or something like that, I think. But David Gillen is on the mat. He's already opened up a second lead over the 3rd place car of Mike Wallace.
Or a caution. I mean, a caution could change everything about this race.
I think that's the last thing J.J. Yeley wants to see right now is a caution, because he knows, I'm sure his guys are telling him, this David Gillen cat is coming.
Of course, J.J. Yeley's got a lot more laps on his tires, but he did not get tires last time.
20 laps to go here at Kentucky Speedway. When we come back, we'll be uninterrupted for green flag racing to the finish. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Kentucky Speedway. As you can see, J.J. Yeley's not running very fast. That means the caution flag is out. And that 5-second lead that he had over David Gillen is going to go away. Here's why we're under caution. The 43 of Chris Cook. You see him right there in front of the 50 of Danny O'Quinn. Looks like he might have got just a little bit loose when the 50 of Danny O'Quinn pulled right up behind him. He does a great job not making any contact. Stays down in the grass off the racetrack. Good job by Chris Cook to get that car straightened back out. But it did bring out the caution flag.
J.J. Yeley did not want to see that, but David Gillen is saying yes right now.
See, we've been talking about these last 7 or 8, 10 laps since David Gillen took over the 2nd spot. He's been consistently 2 to 3/10 a lap faster than the 18. Also, the 18's tires are a little bit older than those of the 84 car, so interesting to see what these guys do. I'm sure the 84 will stay out. Some of the other guys back towards the latter part of the lead lap will probably come and get new tires.
Yeah, I think Kevin Harvick has no choice but to come in. It looks like maybe the 20 of Denny Hamlin. No, he fakes it. Looked like he was going to come down pit road, but Greg Biffle, the 66, comes down pit road, along with the 99 of David Ruderman. And several other cars on the lead lap. Ashton Lewis, Steve Wallace, Stephen Light, and Kevin Harvick. In the 21 car, is that Kevin Harvick? Kevin Harvick, that's Kevin Harvick, top of your screen right there, coming down pit road. Kevin was really struggling. He had faded back to the 11th position. Shane Wilson and the guys are going to put 4 tires on this car, I'm sure. There's David Ruderman, already done with his pit work. He was down at the turn 4 end of pit road.
These guys, this will put 13 cars on the lead lap after this caution, and these guys had nothing to lose but to come in, get tires, and go for it.
Greg Biffle getting finished with his pit work. We need to mention that Kyle Busch had gotten by the 2 of Clint Boyer to be in position for the lucky dog. So the 5 car of Kyle Busch will be the Aaron's lucky dog, and he'll get back on the lead lap. Mark, you've caught up with, I'm sure, a pretty happy crew chief right there.
Well, Billy Wilburn is certainly happy to see this yellow flag. I would believe we had just talked moments before the flag came out how you said, okay, my guy's catching him, but we do not have enough time to get there. Now you're there. Can you beat J.J. Yeley head up?
I think we can beat J.J. head up. I was really worried about the making a pit stop. I mean, we've got a good pit crew, but we're not at the level those guys are yet. But since everybody stayed out, that's kind of a blessing in disguise, really. So heads up, car against car, yeah, I think we can beat him. We get a good restart here. Nobody gets in our way. I think we got a shot.
Now, I heard earlier tonight that you were joking that if David would win this race, you're going to buy him hair.
Yeah, we kind of make fun of him. He's a pretty young guy, and he's a little light in the hair department, so we kind of pick on him a little bit, but he's doing a hell of a job tonight. We're really proud of him.
There's no question David Gilliland is the story tonight here in Kentucky. We'll have more. We'll head to the checkered flag right after this.
Welcome back to Kentucky Speedway. Let's go right back down to Glenn Jarrett on pit road.
Troubles for Greg Biffle, guys. When he came in to make that pit stop, 4 tires, he ran up on the 99 car of David Rudiman coming down pit road. Rudiman had slowed way down, wasn't keeping up with the cars in front of him. Greg swerved out, maintaining the correct speed, went around Rudiman. NASCAR didn't like it. They sent him to the end of the longest line for the restart. Kills any chances he has and might win.
Sure does, Glenn. A horrible break for Greg Biffle. He fought back from a lap down from a green flag pit stop. Fought back up into almost a top 5. He was running 6 when that caution came out, and he's going to restart probably at the tail end of the longest line.
We're going green right here, Phil. One thing, you know, we're 4 laps shy of having a single file restart, but with 14 laps to go, double file restart. Very important for the 84 car, David Gilliland, to get in behind the 18 car on this restart.
He's got the lap car of Clint Boyer, the 2. He's going to move up in front of him. You know that David Gilliland is fit to be tied with the lap car of Clint Boyer. But Clint Boyer, he's running his own race. He's going to try to get back on the lead lap, as you mentioned, the old-fashioned way, by driving past J.J. Yeley.
He does that with relative ease.
That's not something J.J. Yeley wants to have to worry about the 2 car.
I'm not sure he's going to be able to worry about the 2 car. He's got that a miracle of that 84 car, David Gilliland. Clint Boyer may be fast enough to drive away from J.J. Yeley, but J.J. Yeley's got all he can handle right now with Riverside, California's David Gilliland.
What Yeley doesn't want is to be behind a 2 car and get tight behind him. If the 2 car can't just check out, he doesn't want to be anywhere around him.
Yeah, I thought maybe Clint Boyer would be able just to drive away from him, but you see J.J.'s only about 4-5 car lengths back. Good run through the center of the corner for David Gilliland. Good momentum. Denny Hamlin has moved up to the 3rd spot, got by Mike Wallace. There you see, there's their leader right there, J.J. Yeley. There's David Gilliland. There's the 20 of Denny Hamlin, the 1 of Mike Wallace. Paul Menard, the 11 cars in 5th.
Here we go, battle for the lead. 84 car making a pass on the inside at the bottom of J.J. Yeley. Can he pull it off? It looks like he will, right around the bottom of the racetrack. Incredible run for David Gilliland.
David Gilliland has taken over the lead of the Busch race at Kentucky, coming down on 10 laps to go. Look at his crew down there.
He's able to hook the bottom of the racetrack a lot better than Yeley. We got a caution right here, the 4 cars in the wall on the front stretch.
Caution flag is out. It will be a single file restart. We're inside of 10 laps to go. That's our record-tying 10th caution. That's Augie Vidovich, the 4 car right there.
Boy, David Gilliland didn't want this caution either. I know it probably, in the long run, may not be that big of a deal as far as the outcome of the race, but he just made a pass, a lot of momentum, was selling in there. Anything can happen on these restarts. I'm sure that his guys wanted to see this race go to the finish.
I mean, David Gilliland just ran his fastest lap of the race on lap 190 the last time by.
How about that?
For the most important position, too. But one thing you were talking about, now we're within that 10 laps to go, so it'll be a single file restart.
Yeah, we got to also mention that Clint Boyer got back on the lead lap there, so also Regan Smith should be the next guy in line to get the lucky dog. But Clint Boyer went up there and got his lap back, but I'm not sure they do a lucky dog inside of 10 laps.
Remember, inside of 10 laps to go, no lucky dogs. So,
well, that's one reason why Clint Boyer was probably so aggressive on that start. He knew he had to get up there by himself because inside of 10 laps he would not get a lucky dog. Now Clint Boyer is back on the lead lap.
There's David Gilliland, the 84 car. An upset of stunning proportions.